what is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hey, it's the NFL Guys podcast. We are recapping week 2 in the NFL, and wow, what another crazy week in the NFL we had. Before we get started, I just wanted to ask, I wanted to ask Jimmy and Johnny Baba Ganoush, how are you guys doing on NFL fantasy for week 2?
I think we did a pretty good job so far.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm so glad. It sounds like you guys had a really good week in fantasy. Me, it was. I had some. My second Yahoo team is doing really good, and I'm thinking about on Wednesday, kind of doing an update how I'm doing on fantasy. So good and bad. My work league, it kind of frustrated me so bad on my ESPN league, work league, because the one guy I was facing had Aaron Rodgers, and I was down by 10, and I had Aaron Jones and Tanyan. So every time that Aaron Jones would score or something, or like a pass, or, pass to Aaron Jones or Tanyan, I would get points, but then he would get points. So I wasn't catching any, I wasn't getting ahead. So anyway, this is my picks for week 2. Did a little bit better. I went 11-5. And overall, I'm 17-15. The Giants and Washington, I got that wrong. I took the Giants. Raiders and Steelers, I took the Steelers. Got that wrong. 49ers and Eagles, I took the Eagles. I got that wrong. I got the Texans and Browns matchup right. The Browns won. I got the Broncos versus the Jags right. I took the Broncos. Lost on the Saints and Panthers. I took the Saints this past week. I won on the Rams and Colts game. Picked the Rams. Bills and Dolphins, I went with the Bills, got that right. I went with the Patriots over the Jets, I got that right. I went with the Bears over the Bengals, got that right. Bucks over the Falcons, got that right. Cards over the Vikings, I got that right. Hey, I got my upset pick right. I picked the Titans over the Seahawks, and it happened, so I got that right. I picked the Cowboys over the Chargers, I got that one right. I got the Ravens and Chiefs wrong. I went with the Chiefs, and I took the Packers, and I got that right. So, like I said, 11-5, 17-15 overall. My 3 fantasy players to shine. Well, I was off this week. I had to pick 1 quarterback, 1 running back, and 1 wide receiver, and see if I can get within 5 points of the fantasy points and guess. For the quarterback, I went with Baker Mayfield. I projected that he was going to have 24 points this week. He actually had 17, so I was off by 7, and I got to be in within 5 points. I went with Ronald Jones. Another disappointing for Ronald Jones. I think it's officially okay to drop Ronald Jones. I say that and watch. Week 3, he's going to blow up for like 26 points or something. I'd be so pissed. I predicted Ronald Jones to have 18 points. He actually had 4, so I was off by 14. And then the wide receiver, I went with Jalen Waddle. I predicted him to have 21 points. He actually only had 8, so I was off by 13. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to recap the week 2 of the NFL, starting with the Thursday night game. What a battle this game was. Washington defeated the Giants 30-29. How about Taylor Heineke? 34 for 46 for 336 yards and 2 touchdowns. I'm telling you, solid pickup if you need a backup quarterback. What's wrong with Saquon? I was watching after the game, and even Steve Smith was even talking about, they were saying that, is Saquon okay body-wise, but mentally he's not, seems like he's not ready. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with Saquon. That's why I said stay away from Saquon. I don't know if he's going to bust out of his shell or not. Hey, Chris Berman, next we're going to talk about the Raiders. Exactly. We're going to talk about the Raiders, which they defeated the Steelers 26-17. Is the Raiders for real? Derek Carr's looking so good this year. He went 28 for 37 for 382 and 2 touchdowns. Wow. Unbelievable. I forget who the Raiders are playing this week. I think they're playing Miami. I think so. I don't know 100%, but if it is Miami, it's going to be the Raiders should walk way over the Dolphins with, the status of Tua up in the air if he's going to play or is Brissett going to start. 49ers defeated the Eagles 17-11. How about Jimmy G? Playing really good. 49ers has looked really good this year. The Browns defeated the Texans 31-21. Broncos defeated the Jags 23-13. How about Teddy Bridgewater? 26 for 34, 328 and 2 touchdowns. And boy, the Broncos are looking good. They are looking really good. Who thought that the Broncos were going to be 2-0? Wow. The Panthers defeated the Saints 26-7. Alvin Kamara, 8 carries for 5 yards and only 4 catches for 25 yards? What? Damn! Exactly. What happened to Kamara this week? Sam Darnold went 26 for 38, 305 and 2 touchdowns. Give it up for Sam Darnold. Wow. But yeah, and Jameis Winston, not a really good fantasy week, or even stat-wise. That's why I was telling you, like last week, Jameis Winston can be good when he wants to, but he's going to be bad when he is, and this was exactly a bad week for Winston. The Rams defeated the Colts 27-24. Oh my God, the Colts should have won this game. But man, how about the Rams? Just like the Raiders, is the Rams for real? Matt Stafford 19 for 30, 278, 2 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp 9 catches, 163 and 2 touchdowns. Sorry, I forgot I had my phone turned on. Let me turn my phone off real quick. Sorry about that, but yeah, how about the Rams this year? Wow. There was nothing really good about being a Dolphin fan this week. The Buffalo Bills shut them out 35-0. Goose eggs everywhere. I got no points from God, Jason Sanders. Not even a point. What happened? Not even a field goal? You mean the Dolphins couldn't even go down there and kick a field goal? Unfreaking believable. Patriots defeated the Jets 25-6. Zach Wilson, 4 interceptions. Wow. Michael Carter, a little bit better game this week. 11 carries for 59 yards, but boy, Zach Wilson had a really bad week. And hey, how about my
The Bears.
Wow, let me tell you, Bears look great this week. 20-17 over the Bengals. Joe Burrow, wow, 3 straight interceptions, back to back to back. Put the money on Mooney. Darnell Mooney, 6 catches for 66 yards. Bears defense, 19 fantasy points. Their defense shined. Oh my God, if they could play like that every week. Damn it, Dalton looked really good this week until he got hurt. Fields came in. Roquan Smith looked like a freaking running back. going down the field on that pick six. How about that how about that touchdown that should have been Allen Robinson with the ball dropping right through his hands? I jumped off the sofa and was like, "Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Great job, Robinson." Oh, unbelievable. But yeah, it was so good to see the Bears get a win. And let me tell you, it's a force fire with Tampa Bay. The Bucks are staying hot. Man, they defeat the Falcons 48-25. Tom Brady 24 for 36, 276 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Wow. Man, Tom Brady, what a big game. Ronald Jones, very disappointing. 6 carries for 27 yards. Mike Evans, bounce back week, especially for fantasy. 5 catches, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gronk, another big week. 4 catches for 39 yards, 2 touchdowns. Oh my gosh. How many people's tearing the hair out of their heads overlooking Gronk? I didn't. I drafted him on a couple of teams. Matt Ryan, 35 for 46, 300 yards, 3 interceptions. Oh, man, Matt Ryan. Kyle Pitts, a lot better game this week. 5 catches for 73 yards. And Calvin Ridley, another bounce back week. Good to see him bounce back this week after last week's horrendous game, especially for fantasy. 7 catches for 63 yards and a touchdown. But, man, that's still the Falcons' offense looks really bad. They just... they're looking a little bit better. Oh, man, let me tell you, I think it's Buccaneers and Rams this week. Oh, my God, that's going to be a battle. I cannot wait to watch some of that game. I'm hoping the Bears and Browns game is a 4 o'clock game because I really want to watch some of that game on NFL Red Zone. Oh, man, how about this game? Cardinals defeat the Vikings 34-33. Field goal there at the end. The Vikings missed it. I'm going to have to I'll have to upload the video if I can of me freaking out that the Vikings missed a field goal. It was pretty funny. Kyler Murray, how about him? 29 for 36, 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. Unbelievable. Kirk Cousins, 22 for 32, 244 yards, 3 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook, 22 carries for 131 yards. Man, let me tell you, Dalvin Cook did go down earlier in this game, but he came back in the game. Kyler Murray had this amazing pass to Christian Kirk. I mean, it was like a softball right down the field. Oh, I've got to post that video on my on the YouTube channel. It was insane. Titans defeated the Seahawks 33-30. Let me just say real quick, the 425 games were amazing. It was like the Titans came down to a field goal. The Cowboys game came out to a field goal. The Cardinals game came out to the field goal. Man, those 425 games was amazing. Derrick Henry, glad to see him bounce back this week. He had 182 yards, 3 touchdowns. It was good to see the Titans offense bounce back this week. Cowboys defeated the Chargers 20-17. Tony Pollard, really good game. 13 carries for 109 yards and a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, bounce back. It was nice to see all the players who was terrible in fantasy football last week and in real football, stat-wise, to bounce back in week 2. Ezekiel Elliott, 16 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdowns. And, man, how about that Ravens game? Oh, my God, Jackson. No, not that Jackson. Lamar Jackson. 18 for 26, 239 yards, a touchdown. Hollywood Marquis Brown, 6 catches for 113 yards and a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, 24 for 31, 343, 3 touchdowns. What happened to Tyreek Hill? 1 catch for 15 yards? What? Travis Kelce, 7 catches, 109 yards and a touchdown. Man, that was a battle back and forth. Oh my gosh. And then the fumble that sealed the deal for the Chiefs. That was the end of the game for them. Ravens, wow. Man, Packers defeated the Lions 35-17, and the Lions was hanging with the Packers for a little bit. But, man, I tell you what, the Lions just kept screwing up. Packers start going ahead. Oh, man. Hey, Johnny Baba Ganoush, I know you're a Lions fan with your brother Jimmy Baba Ganoush. What'd you think of that game on Monday night?
Fuck the Packers.
Hey, well, yeah, exactly. I say the same thing, Johnny Baba Ganoush. Fuck the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, huge game, 22 for 27, 255 yards, 4 touchdowns. T.J. Hawkinson, 8 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown. Unbelievable. And wow, what a great week. Another great week in fantasy and in just regular football. The 425 games was just so good. Next, we're going to talk a little bit of fantasy football next. And it was, like I said, it was nice to see Calvin Ridley bounce back. He had 19 fantasy points. This is going from ESPN. Calvin Ridley had a really nice fantasy week, 19 points for him. Mike Evans, a really big bounce back week for him, 24 fantasy points. Julio Jones, another player who bounced back in week 2 with 18 points. Another player who bounced back in week 2, Derrick Henry, with 47 points. Wow! Derrick Henry just bounced back big time. Zeke Elliott bounced back again in week 2, 17 points. Kyler Murray, wow. 33 points in fantasy in ESPN's fantasy football, but NFL.com's fantasy, 61 fantasy points. Unbelievable. Two players I picked out for your waiver wire if you're just looking at your teams like I did and want to make some adjustments. Some of my teams I am 0-2, so I really had to look and see who I wanted to drop, and I really wanted to drop Chase Claypool so bad, but I just had a gut feeling that if I drop Chase Claypool, he's going to heat up. I still feel like they're going to heat up. I think Steelers are going to get hot. But yeah, I just feel like, I'm going to drop Chase and somebody's going to pick him up and take advantage of him. I am dropping Ronald Jones. On one of my teams, I was like, you know what? I got to keep him at least on one of my teams because I feel like he's going to blow up. I mean, he had 890 yards last year, 8 touchdowns. I'm like, what is going on with Ronald Jones this year? But players for you to pick up if you need a quarterback on your waiver wire, Derek Carr. He's only owned in 22% of ESPN leagues. Unbelievable. He had 24 points fantasy back-to-back. He is questionable. He has a questionable tag right now in fantasy. I don't know what's going on with that. But if you also need a wide receiver, how about Marquis Hollywood Brown? He's owned in 82% leagues, but man, still, there's a few leagues where Marquis Brown is not owned. 19 fantasy points in week 1, 23 in week 2, so it seems like it's Marquis Brown as the Ravens' number 1, and Sammy Watkins is their number 2. Sammy Watkins is another solid pickup if another wide receiver if you need somebody as a flex player. So yeah. I almost forgot. When I was doing my picks. I forgot about my 3 bold predictions. I almost forgot about that. So we'll start at number 3. I predict the Raiders versus Steelers game was going to go overtime, second time in week 2, and that did not happen. My second bold pick was Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb was going to go over 100 yards each and 2 touchdowns, but that didn't happen. Chubb only had 94, I think it was 93 yards and a touchdown, and Kareem Hunt had 51 yards, but no touchdowns. And obviously, this did not come true at all. I predict Jameis Winston was going to have another 5 touchdown back to back, and obviously that did not happen. So next, we're gonna talk a little bit of. Let me see if I have the window up. I don't have the window up. Okay. Next, we're gonna talk a little bit of injury news.
Ah. Ah. Ah.
Yep, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. So a few players that are kind of injured right now. We've got, oh my god, damn it, Dalton. Andy Dalton, he's dealing with an ankle injury. He's day to day. I saw before I came on air that it seems like Justin Fields is very close to be starting. It sounds like that Justin Fields is going to start Sunday against the Browns. I've got to look because I've got Justin Fields a little bit on my team. And I'm like, oh. But it's the Cleveland's defense, though. Ooh, but Cleveland's defense really doesn't seem like it hasn't been all that powerful this year yet, unless they're going to heat up. Because Cleveland, like I said, Cleveland Browns going into the season in fantasy, they were a top 10 fantasy defense, but it doesn't look like it's like that this year. Carson Wentz is not having just one ankle injury, but both ankles are injury, and there's no idea on his status against the Tennessee Titans on Sunday. And even if Wentz was there, playing, Wentz is not having a good year. Was it wise for the Colts to pick up Wentz? I don't know. But anyway, either way, if he starts or if he doesn't start, Tennessee Titans is going to steamroll over the Colts on Sunday. Baker Mayfield is dealing with a shoulder injury. He did leave the game on Sunday, but he did return. I don't know what's going on with that. Jarvis Landry is having an MRI on his knee. His status is up in the air. I honestly don't think Jarvis Landry is going to go against the Chicago Bears. Tua, he's got some injured ribs. The x-rays came back negative. His status is uncertain against the Raiders. It is the Raiders. I was right. So I just feel like, ooh, boy, if you have Derek Carr, depending who your other quarterback is, if you've got Derek Carr on your team, I would think maybe starting Derek Carr if he's going to go. Rams, Darrell Henderson. He's got some injured ribs. I don't know what his status is going on. Tyrod Taylor. It sounds like he's going to miss a couple of weeks with a hamstring. Also, Danny Amendola's got a hamstring. Mills is possibly going to go on Sunday. Or no. I'm mistaken. They're a Thursday night game against Carolina. Ooh, Mills versus Sam Darnold. Ooh, I'm definitely picking up, I'm definitely taking the Carolina Panthers on Thursday. Ooh, that could be a big blowout. I don't know. I don't think the passing game for the Texans is going to be there. Their running game, I don't know. Ingram had a kind of a down week. He had 5 fantasy points, I believe, this week. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that game on Thursday night. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is your injury news after week 2. So it is time to go with the player, it's the NFL guys player of the week. And there were so many players I could have gone with. Now, I almost was going to go with Aaron Rodgers, but hell, he was playing the Lions. You know, of course you're going to blow up against the Lions. So I went with one player, but I at the last second I made it a double player of the week. So for hey, it's the NFL guys. Player of the week is drumroll. I went with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, I think he had 35 carries for 182 yards and 3 touchdowns. Oh, also, Kyler Murray, 29 for 36, 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. Oh my God, it's so good to see Derrick Henry bounce back and have a monster fantasy week, a nice stat week. Kyler Murray just blow up. Congratulations, Kyler Murray and Derrick Henry, for being, hey, it's the NFL guys player of the week. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time where I pick the one player, maybe two. I went with double players this week too that maybe should have been like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to play today. I'm just going to stay in bed. I'm going to watch I'm going to watch the latest episode of What If. I'm not even going to play Sunday and show up because I didn't see What If on Wednesday. So unfortunately, the two players that should have stayed on bed Sunday, Tyreek Hill, 1 catch for 15 yards, and Alvin Kamara, 8 carries for 5 yards and 4 catches for 25 yards. Those are the two players that should have maybe just stayed in bed on Sunday. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that looks like that does it for me tonight. Tomorrow I am going to do my picks for week 3. Oh my gosh, here we go. Week 3 is 2 days away. Cannot wait. What teams is going to be 3-0? What teams might bounce back after week 2? Who's going to have a monster week? I don't know. The question marks are there. We'll find out soon. Anyway, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and hopefully everybody has a great night. Take care, and I will talk to you guys on Wednesday. Good evening, everybody. Take care.